Have you ever imagined your truck just giving up on you? Not a flat tire, not a dead battery, losing power on the highway, mid-drive with zero warning. Ford just recalled 1.4 million trucks for exactly that failure mode. Beyond that one recall on that one truck from that one manufacturer, there are at least 9 more pickups Americans might genuinely regret buying in 2026. We're talking about engines that literally shed metal into their own oil, transmissions that can shift into park while you're still moving, and one full-size truck where a missing drivetrain component can lock the wheels up without any warning at all. This isn't opinion. Every claim in this video is built off NHTSA recall filings, Consumer Reports reliability data, and documented owner reports from truck-specific forums and independent shops. I'm not sponsored by any manufacturer, and I don't care whose badge is on the hood. Today we're counting down 10 pickup trucks Americans might genuinely regret buying in 2026. And along the way, I'll show you exactly what to look and listen for, whether you're shopping for one or already own one. From keep an eye on it, all the way to how did this get approved? Let's get into it.
Number 10. Nissan Titan. The Titan has actually been a solid truck for most of its life. Nissan's 5.6-liter V8 carries a decent long-term durability reputation. The problem isn't the engine, it's the brand's commitment to the segment. Nissan has been quietly stepping back from the full-size truck market, and the Titan's future in the US lineup is genuinely uncertain. When a manufacturer starts pulling back on a model, dealer support thins out, parts availability gets shakier, and resale value takes a hit as buyers get nervous about long-term ownership. It's not a disaster, it's a warning sign about buying into a truck whose own maker seems to be losing interest in it. Ford Maverick. The Maverick was supposed to be the compact truck comeback story. Cheap, efficient, genuinely useful. For a lot of owners, it has been exactly that. But the hybrid model has picked up a documented pattern of early complaints filed with NHTSA. Hesitation off the line, occasional stalling, and CVT shudder under certain load conditions. None of this is universal. Plenty of Maverick owners report zero issues, but on a truck marketed specifically as the stress-free, low-maintenance option, any stalling complaint in the federal database is worth pausing on. Number 8. Jeep Gladiator. Jeep wanted to build a Wrangler with a bed, and what a lot of owners got instead is a reliability headache with great looks. The Pentastar V6 has a documented history of premature lifter and rocker arm wear on certain model years, sending metal circulating through the oil system and chewing into the camshaft over time. Then there's the infamous death wobble, a violent front-end shake at highway speed tied to front suspension geometry, serious enough that Jeep has extended warranty coverage over it. Add in the battery drain complaints showing up consistently across owner forums, and you've got a truck that photographs beautifully and costs real money to keep healthy. Chevrolet Colorado/GMC Canyon. The turbocharged Colorado and Canyon twins brought serious horsepower to the mid-size class, and on paper, they're genuinely impressive. In practice, electrical gremlins have become a recurring theme on owner forums. Wiring harness issues near the turbo, dash warning lights triggering with no clear cause, and documented cases of trucks with barely a few hundred miles on the odometer getting stranded. It's the kind of fault that's hard to diagnose and expensive to chase down, especially on a truck that's supposed to be trouble-free out of the gate. Quick favor before we hit the top 6. If this is genuinely useful, tap that like button. Costs you nothing, and it helps this reach someone about to spend 50 grand on the wrong truck. Alright, this is where it gets serious. Number 6. Rivian R1T. The R1T launched as the truck that would prove EVs could out-truck the trucks. A couple years on, Rivian's depreciation curve has been brutal for early buyers. Some R1T owners have watched their trucks lose value faster than almost anything else on the market, driven by production changes, price cuts on newer models, and a still thin public charging network for towing use cases. It's not that the truck is badly built, it's that buying in early on a low-volume EV brand means betting on a company's survival and a resale market that doesn't exist yet.
Number 5. Tesla Cybertruck. Sold as the toughest truck on Earth, indestructible, bulletproof, the reality has been considerably more delicate. The Cybertruck was recalled over an accelerator pedal that could get stuck at full throttle. Owners have also documented panel gaps opening up, trim pieces detaching, and surface staining on the stainless body that Tesla itself has acknowledged. Because the truck leans so heavily on drive-by-wire and brake-by-wire systems, a software hiccup can disable functions entirely. For a vehicle marketed on toughness above everything else, it's turned out to be surprisingly fragile in exactly the places you'd least expect. Number 4. Ram 1500. The Ram 1500 has one of the best rides in the full-size class, and the Hemi V8's return for 2026 has fans excited. But the newer Hurricane twin-turbo inline-6, still early in its life cycle, has picked up owner reports of check engine lights, misfires, and cooling system quirks. On top of that, Ram issued 2 separate recalls in recent months for instrument cluster displays going completely blank while driving, one covering roughly 65,000 trucks, another around 72,000, meaning drivers can lose their speedometer, warning lights, and gear indicator with zero notice. A dashboard that just disappears isn't a minor annoyance, it's a genuine safety problem on a truck this size. Number 3. Ford F-150. Here's the one I opened with, and I can already hear people yelling at the screen. It's the best-selling vehicle in America. How bad can it really be? Being popular and being trouble-free are not the same thing. Ford's 1.4 million truck recall covers a transmission fault that can cause an unexpected loss of drive power. That's on top of a documented history of power boost hybrid battery concerns and a 10-speed transmission owners have flagged for rough or hesitant shifting. The F-150 is still a genuinely capable truck, but if you own one, staying on top of every recall notice isn't optional. Number 2. Toyota Tundra. Yes, the brand built its entire reputation on being unbreakable. It's here not because it's the worst-built truck on this list, but because the gap between the reputation and the current generation reality is the most jarring one here. Toyota replaced the legendary 5.7-liter V8 with a twin-turbo V6, and the new I-Force engine has been dogged by a documented pattern of premature bearing wear, with metal shavings showing up in oil filters well before scheduled service intervals. Independent technicians have gone as far as recommending an early oil change at 3,000 to 5,000 miles, well outside Toyota's official schedule, specifically to catch debris before it causes real damage. The badge says bulletproof. The current generation's oil filters are telling a different story. And topping the list, the one that should genuinely worry you. A recall on certain four-wheel and all-wheel drive Silverado, Sierra, Suburban, Tahoe, Yukon, and Escalade models covers a missing component in the drivetrain transfer case that can cause the front or rear wheels to lock up without warning while driving. Read that again. Not a warning light, not a service reminder. Wheels that can lock up unannounced at speed. The recall notice was serious enough that owners of affected trucks were told not to drive at all until the dealer completed the fix. Add that to prior lifter and stop sale issues on the V8 lineup, and America's best-selling truck platform is carrying one of the most dangerous documented defects on this entire list. Popular doesn't mean safe.
Before we close this out, here's how to put this list to work, whichever side of the purchase you're on. If you're shopping, pull the VIN and run it through NHTSA.gov before you sign anything. It takes 30 seconds and tells you every open recall on that exact truck. On turbocharged engines like the Colorado, Canyon, and Ram Hurricane, ask the dealer directly whether the wiring harness or cooling system updates have already been applied. On the Tundra, ask if an early oil and filter inspection has been done, and if not, budget for one yourself in the first few thousand miles. On the Gladiator, take it on a rough, uneven road at 40 to 50 miles per hour and pay attention to any front-end shimmy. That's the death wobble symptom showing itself early. If you already own one of these trucks, check your dashboard for that blank screen instrument cluster issue on the Ram. Don't ignore a rough idle or check engine light on the Hurricane 6, and if you're driving an affected Silverado, Sierra, Suburban, Tahoe, Yukon, or Escalade with four-wheel or all-wheel drive, stop and check your recall status today. This is one you don't want to find out about the hard way. So there you have it. 10 pickup trucks that could turn into an expensive or genuinely dangerous regret in 2026, from an orphaned V8 holdout to America's bestseller carrying a wheel lockup recall. So what should you actually buy instead? That's exactly what we're covering in the next video. The trucks that consistently show up on the other end of the reliability data. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it. In the meantime, I want to hear from you. Which truck on this list would you never buy again? If you're sitting in one of these right now, nodding along, or already typing out a defense, the comments are open. Tell me your story, good and bad. If this saved you from a costly mistake, do me a favor, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Drive safe, buy smarter. This video is based on NHTSA recall filings, Consumer Reports data, and documented owner and independent shop reports current at time of publication. Individual vehicle outcomes vary. Always check current recall status and obtain independent advice before any vehicle purchase.